What's up everybody, welcome back to Casual Lad. Today's video is on a showcase of the Raion Akuma Bloodline. The Raion Akuma is also the Sasuke Mangenkyo Sharingan and Susanoo, so many of the skills will be associated with Black Flames and Amaterasu. It has a rarity of 1 out of 200 in the spins, so it is one of the rarest bloodline in the game. I was really lucky to be able to get it, but it was expected to be rare as anything to do with the Sharingan or any dojutsu are highly popular. It is also expected to be not too shabby as compared to other normal bloodlines. I already can guess that this video is going to be quite long unless I shave many parts of the recordings out. The maximum level of the Raion Akuma Bloodline is level 1000. Now obviously I have not reached the maximum level as the ceiling is quite high. But not to worry, you can unlock everything at level 800 as of now. When you get the Raion Akuma Bloodline and max out its level, you can go up to C3 or the third mode. You will need to fight a Raion Akuma Samurai Spirit, or better known as the Sasuke's Perfect Susanoo in the War mode, and pick up its scroll to unlock 4th form or C4. Assuming you only intend to clear up to wave 20 for the 10 tails, these Akuma Samurai Spirits spawn at wave 10 and wave 15. The spawns are random, so you gotta keep trying if you do not get it on the first try. Other than the Sasuke's Perfect Susanoo, it can spawn Shisui, Obito, Itachi, or a generic Perfect Susanoo as well. The scroll is always blank, but you get a scroll of whoever Perfect Susanoo that you were fighting earlier. As you can see, I have gotten the scroll and the C4 before deciding to showcase the bloodline. So let's head back to the training logs. I will purchase all the skills first. The first skill is the Blaze Illusion. It requires a minimum of level 65, a chi stats of 390, and it costs 12,000 reals. The second skill is the Lightning Blaze. It requires a minimum of level 450, chi stats of 1650, and 40,000 reals. The last skill is the Arrow Blaze. It requires a minimum of level 750, chi stats of 2420, and 60,000 reals. Let's take a look at the skills. The Blaze Illusion look like a counter move. If you have used other Akuma or Sharingan bloodline, you would know that this is a counter move. Let's try out the Lightning Blaze. My screen just turned black, so we will move backwards. Oh, it works like a Chidori or Rasengan, but with AoE. Let's try out the last skill. It's called the Arrow Blaze, so I am sure it is going to be a long range move. Let's move back as well. Yeah, so it shoots out 4 black flame balls and bursts into black flames. Works like a long range fireball or lightning ball. We'll try out the C1 skill next. Okay, Amaterasu. Just like the third skill of the Bankai Akuma Bloodline, or better known as the Itachi Mangenkyo Sharingan. This is a good skill for multiple close range target. I used it very often while I was using the Bankai Akuma. The C2 and the C3 skills are the same. The Susanoo just shoots out an arrow and bursts into black flames. Let's see the C4 skill. Now this is the part where everybody is waiting for. Okay, so the Perfect Susanoo just makes 3 slashes that can burst into black flames when it hits the target. You can press the key that is supposed to be your ninja tool. The Susanoo will use other skills. Let's give it a Q for the prefix since the default key for weapon is Q on PC. For Q1, pressing your weapon key on an empty weapon slot will produce nothing. For Q2, a skeletal Susanoo will sweep its area on the front. If it hits something, black flame will burst on the target. It is capable of hitting multiple targets. For Q3, the Susanoo will swing its weapon. Black flames will burst if it hits a target. It can easily hit multiple targets. For Q4, it will fire 3 arrows which will burst into black flames upon impact. For Q2 and Q3, there is almost no cooldown if you miss. Skills on the weapon slots for Q2 and Q3 are also short range. When we block or attack in C1, nothing comes out. When we block in C2, a small skeletal structure will appear. When we attack in C2, a skeletal Susanoo will attack with his fist. When we block in C3, a normal armored Susanoo will appear. When we attack in C3, the Susanoo will swing its arm and weapon. When we block in C4, the Perfect Susanoo will appear. When we attack in C4, the Perfect Susanoo will slash with its sword. Now let's go into war mode and test it out on actual mob. The Blaze Illusion is a counter move. When the opponent hits you while the screen is red, the target will burn in black flames. If the target is around other players or mobs, they will burn and take damage too. However, the damage is quite disappointing considering the skill you need to use it in PvP. It is easy here because mobs can be lured to attack you with melee attacks. Let's try the Lightning Blaze next. It is like the Chidori so that it makes you run really fast but with AoE when it hits. In fact, the AoE is actually quite large. Now the wiki says that it can stun all affected opponents but it didn't stun the mobs for me. Sasuke used this move in his final fight with Naruto after the majority of the chakra is already burnt out. A pretty good move actually because it comes with a good AoE. Now onto the Arrow Blaze. The Arrow Blaze is a long range attack. If you look carefully, the Susanoo actually shoots out 4 black flame balls. It bursts into black flames and it can hit multiple mobs or players around your target. Can also home in to your target on the crosshair. The C1 skill is a copy of the Bankai Akuma 3rd skill. I used it very often, so I will show you how it works and why is it so good. It just burns all the close range target in your sight. No need much aiming, great damage. If used right, the total damage done is really great. C2 and C3 just fires an arrow and bursts into black flames when it hits the target. It also can hit other players or mobs around your target. It is very similar to the Arrow Blaze actually. The C4 skill is just triple sword slashes on the target. The target will also be inflicted with black flames. Q2 skill is really short range, but if you hit something, black flames will burst from the target and it is capable of hitting multiple units. Q3 makes the Susanoo swing its weapon. If it hits the target, black flames will burst from the target. It is capable of hitting multiple units. It is quite a short range move too. If you are against a samurai spirit, it is actually quite difficult to land a hit. The Q4 skill fires 3 arrows and bursts into black flames upon impact. It can hit multiple players or mobs. It is a little difficult to see here as the Perfect Susanoo body is too huge. Now the reason why Akuma series bloodlines are so good is because of the spirit, or better known as the Susanoo. Just spamming your left mouse button can deal good AoE damage without draining any chakra or chi. It depletes the mode points but the rate is really low from C1 to C3. C4 will drain the mode points really quickly. The Perfect Susanoo in C4 also becomes so huge that you cannot see anything in front of you. So it is decent on large targets like Samurai Spirits and Tail Beast Spirit. For small targets of your size, it will be a little difficult to aim. Even for the Perfect Susanoo, the normal damage aren't amazing compared to the C3 or C2. It just looks awesome at the cost of high depletion rate of the mode point. The Blaze Illusion requires 12,000 chakra or chi and has a 14 seconds cooldown. The Lightning Blaze requires 15,000 chakra or chi and has a 30 seconds cooldown. The Arrow Blaze requires 25,000 chakra or chi and has a 20 seconds cooldown. The C1 to C4 skills all requires 35,000 chakra or chi and has a 20 seconds cooldown. The Q2 to Q4 skills all require 30,000 chakra or chi and has a 20 seconds cooldown. The C1 to C3 depletes 25 mode points per second. C4 makes 3 ticks per second and depletes a whopping 250 mode points per second in total. And these are the increments of the stats in different modes. I personally feel that it is not as user-friendly as it seems to be. Although it is a popular bloodline, the skills are just average. Like all other Akuma bloodlines, it is only good because of the Susanoo or the Samurai Spirit. For PvP, it is alright, now neither great nor horrible. Counter does too little damage for me to even consider using. Most players will also not attack you with punches or melee weapons. Arrow Blaze is also really average in my opinion. I like the Lightning Blaze though. It can help close in on targets really quickly. It has a good AoE too. The damage is considered to be good. Now the reason I said it is not very user friendly because you need to keep changing modes to utilize the versatility of the bloodline. This bloodline is already not very good at large amount of mobs like War Mode. Most skills have all around AoE that is difficult to hit multiple enemies because mobs are cleverly spread out and players do not cluster together. If used on boss, then it only does damage once because boss usually spawns alone. We are usually in C3 as it does not drain too much mode points and has a good Susanoo primary attack. In order to attack a large group, we need to change to C1 and use the skill and change back to C3 again. If you want to fight a boss, you need to change to C4 but quickly change back to preserve the mode point. All Perfect Susanoo work this way too, so that's fine. Another downside is that this Raion Akuma Bloodline has 3 very similar attacks. The third skill, the C2 and C3 attack, and the C4 arrow skills are all very similar. They are all long range and they work almost the same. These make the Bloodlines has many repetitive moves and it is more suited for long range. Now on the flip side, you can keep sniping without worrying on the long range cooldowns. For the positive points, it becomes really versatile if you are fast and can change between modes and skills quickly. Overall, I feel the bloodline is just above average. But I do know that I've gotten a rare bloodline and I am thankful of that. So that's it for today's video. Please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so that you can catch me in the next video. Bye!